It's training camp season. Today we're looking at the Patriots and we're getting another look at TreVeyon Henderson. He's scorching the turf right now and he's killing it in joint practices. Before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're looking at what your players are doing behind the scenes at practice, your rookies, your position battles. Guys are getting ready to draft for fantasy football, and we're going to talk deep on fantasy football all year long. Click that button. Stop missing out. Know what your players are doing on the field. Today we're looking at Hendo. Almost 4 minutes of clips. We're going to loop this and keep talking ball. There's a lot to discuss here, but he's killing it, guys. He's killing it. You saw it in the preseason game, but watch this. Watch this. Boom. Can't be covered. Can't be covered. You got to get right, or he's going to sneak out there. Now watch this. Watch this. Might be the same thing. Right there. Boom. Contested. Contested. TreVeyon Henderson getting it. Getting it. There's more. There's more coming up. Here's another one. Might be one of the same plays, different angle from a different beat. I don't know. Here's another look. Look at the separation. Busted coverage. Taking advantage of that. But if there's busted coverage and he's got green, it's a house call. That's how it is. Now watch him. Watch the feet. Boom. Turning on a dime. Turning on a dime. You saw the Jets in the preseason game. Watch him go. Watch him go. Here we go. Boom. Turns on a dime. And we're seeing clip after clip like that. Breaking off routes, getting downfield, showing the hands. Here's more Drake May. Slinging it downfield. There's TreVeyon Henderson. There's not a lot of clips compared to how talented he is. I'll definitely say this. They might be trying to hide this kid. They might be trying to hide this kid. There's somebody getting in there. Probably just part of the clip, honestly. But TreVeyon Henderson been killing it. He's been killing it. We're looking at a guy with some Jahmyr Gibbs upside. That's what we're looking at. Some Jahmyr, Devin A. Chin type running back where it's just explosiveness used in the passing game all over the field. It's not a direct comparison. A little DeAndre Swift in him, a little bit of Christian McCaffrey in him. You're looking at a 5-star recruit out of high school here. Big time prospect. Goes to Ohio State instantly as a freshman. That's hard to do at Ohio State. Instantly as a freshman, cooks first game. I believe he caught a big ball down the seam too. That first game, if I remember right. I watched that game. Hendo blowing up. We covered him as a high school recruit. Those cuts are nasty. He doesn't drift. He doesn't drift. And he's explosive. We saw him at Ohio State throughout his career. He was getting it done. Shared the backfield with Quinshon Judkins. Quinshon Judkins was supposed to take over the backfield and was considered one of the top running backs in college football at the time. By the end of the season, people were arguing which one was the better running back. He held his own with a top-end running back in his backfield. He said, this is my backfield. We can share the workload, but I'm going to show everybody who I am still. And he did. He did. Now we go in the second round to the Patriots. And this team needs somebody to step up on offense. They need one of the young guys. They brought in Stephon Diggs, but they need one of the young guys to step up in a big way, especially at wide receiver. But they need somebody to step up for that splash play capability. Here it is. Bam! And you got the two-leg, the two-step right there, the dead leg, busted out there by TreVeyon Henderson. He's going to be huge for the Patriots. He's going to be huge for this team, especially on special teams. Passing game for sure, up the gut. Don't get me started on pass protection because he's one of the few running backs that has a highlight, a montage. You can put Rocky music to that, and he's blowing dudes up in pass pro. So he's capable of that. He's a smart player. He's all-tool player. That's what you're getting here. Ramondre Stevenson's still there. He can take the gritty stuff up the gut, short yardage, goal line, whatever. You're going to get that out of TreVeyon Henderson. Ramondre Stevenson ain't going to be doing that. But he'll get some work in the pass game. He's proven to do that. There he is, rising up and getting it. Rising up and getting it. So what are you looking at for fantasy football here with TreVeyon Henderson, with Hendo? What are you looking at here for fantasy football? We know he's going in that range where the rookie running backs are coming off the board. Him, Harvey, Caleb Johnson, Quinshon Judkins is going to shoot back up the board to some degree. What are you looking at to get? You're looking at a running back here that has immense upside. That there could be a rookie ramp up. There should be. It is with most running backs and most rookies in general. Like, there's going to be a run of games where it's anticlimactic. I'll just say that. Because it may not even be bad. It may be like some double-digit PPR fantasy scoring weeks where you're scoring 10, 11, 12, 9, 5 here and there. And then all of a sudden, we hit like week 10 or 11. When I'm looking at the charts, that's usually when rookies start to really take off. Even if they had a few good games mixed in the start of the season, when you get to around weeks 10, 11, 12, that's when you see the blast off. You saw that with Ladd. I look at some of the charts from some of the wide receivers that hit. I showed that the other day. I think it was on the T-Mac video. Usually 10, 11, 12. And that may not be usually. We just covered like 6, 7 charts of big-time wide receivers in their rookie season. And they'll hit a little bit during the start of the season, but the blast-off is what we're interested in. The blast-off is going to happen this year. As long as he's healthy on the field, because it is the running back position, the blast-off is going to happen somewhere down the line this season. The question is, can you endure that if you select him in your fantasy drafts? That's the thing, because it could be anticlimactic during the start of the year. And that's been the case for a lot of players. And I've said this before, and I've said this a lot. When Devin Achan came out, a lot of people were asking questions whether or not they should be dropping him. And obviously the answer was hold as long as you can. Hold as long as you can. You do not know when, but the blast-off is going to happen. And there was a couple people that asked that. And the following week, he goes off. Whatever they did is what they did. But the following week, he went off. So when you're looking at a running back like this, him, Harvey Johnson in those middle rounds, it's usually rounds 5, 6, 7, 8. Depending on where the rookies go in your home league too, because rookies will fade a little bit. But on Underdog, they're up there a little bit. And really depends on like how your league responds to rookies. But when you're looking at Hendo here, the question isn't whether or not he's good. The question is, can you endure the rookie ramp up? Are you patient enough? If you're patient, you know what you got here is a rookie running back, and you know how rookie running backs are, make that pick. Make it, because the upside's there. If you can't, and you drop him on a drop of a hat, once we're mid in September, early October, and he's not scoring to your liking, there's other running backs on the waiver wire that are definitely not as good, but they're thrusted into opportunities, and you're likely to drop him to make that play, then maybe he's not the move for you, because that might happen. Because a few weeks later, odds are, if he's healthy on the field, he's going blast off. The odds are for that. It's very good that he does. Second-round rookie running back, catches the ball out of the backfield, not much competition out there in their backfield. I think Stevenson's going to have his own role. I don't think it's going to be enough for him to usurp enough touches from Hendo. Hendo's going to get worked in. They need explosiveness in the passing game. They need some changes. They need somebody to step up. Hendo's a player that can step up in a major way, and he's going to help this team. And I can definitely see him gaining steam throughout the season. It could be week 1. But looking at these players, sometimes it's year 2. Sometimes it's the back end of the season. But if you're a player that catches FOMO early, or you get scared early and drop players, rookies are something you shouldn't mess with that have high draft capital that you got to pay up for. I'm talking T-Mac. I'm talking Travis Hunter, Caleb Johnson, TreVeyon Henderson, RJ Harvey. I'm talking all those guys, all of them. You might as well just stay away if you're just going to drop just because there's 3-4 weeks of limited production, or if you're questioning whether or not they're out there. Like, it's a long haul with those guys. And there's opportunity costs of other players on the board. Now, if it's double-digit rounds 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, you're looking at Scattaboo, you're looking at the upside plays. You can turn and burn them. They're lottery ticket plays. Go with the flavor of the week. You can do whatever you want with them. I like those types of lottery ticket running backs But honestly, you still got to understand, like, there's a roster spot there for those players that you probably just need to make room for a lottery ticket player or two. That way, you're not stuck with a roster clogger who looks better on paper, that scored 9, 10, 11 fantasy points per game, but that player isn't really winning you weeks, and they're only scoring maybe a point or two more than guys on the waiver wire, a point or two more than that player who's only getting a few touches a game. That's your upside play, your lottery ticket play. Think of it along those terms. Now, it feels bad that you're only getting 2 or 3 fantasy points from that upside lottery ticket every single week. But the thing is, if that player hits week 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, you use that whole roster spot, and maybe you turned and burned it. You traded him out, flipped him out for another lottery ticket back that was on the waiver wire. But if you cash, and you cash big, you're paying attention to the trends, and you're active with it, those years where you find that gem, you're going to blossom. Puka Nacua was a gem like that late in drafts. He was an upside guy. Like, there were veterans around him in drafts. He was getting a lot of hype. We hyped him up a lot. That's a play that you could look at. Devin Achane. There's all kinds of running backs and wide receivers late in drafts that you just take dart throws on and you turn and burn throughout the season. But you have to know what you have. This is another one. He's higher priced. He's a tremendous talent. Has been like that since high school. Wire to wire. Has been getting it done. And this is a guy that could go off on any given Sunday and could ramp up and be a big-time league-winning asset in fantasy football. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.